Hey everyone, what's going on? Waseem back with another fragrance review. Today I'm doing a review from the house of Chanel. It's from the designer men's line. The fragrance I'm reviewing today is Chanel's Antaeus. Just reviewing it off one of my decants here. I've been getting a lot of comments regarding where I get my decants. I just get involved in split groups on Facebook. So there you go. If you want to get yourself some decants, get involved in split groups on Facebook. So Chanel's Antaeus was released in 1981 and is classified as a woody chypre. The names Antaeus and the composition of Chanel's Antaeus, the fragrance itself, was inspired by the Greek mythology of Antaeus, where the character of Antaeus is both very strong and gentle at the same time. So keep that in mind in regards to this review. Let's talk about notes, guys. At the top, you're going to get lemon, lime, coriander, myrtle, clary sage, and bergamot. The heart of the fragrance is thyme, basil, rose, and jasmine. And the base of the fragrance is patchouli, castoreum, labdanum, and oak moss. So those were the notes, but what do I really get from Chanel's Antaeus? For me, Chanel's Antaeus, the opening is very bright and very clean. I get a splash of brightness, if you will. It really gives off that nuance. I'm just being splashed by some brightness. And the clean vibe that I get isn't soapy cleanness at all. And it's not overly a citrus cleanness that I get. The cleanliness that I get in the opening is very sharp, and it adds to that bright quality that I was talking about. I feel the clean sort of bright nuance I'm getting in the opening is due to the notes of the lime, lemon, and the bergamot. As the fragrance develops into the heart, the clean and bright feel that I get in the opening is still there, but it's very much in the background. And the heart and the dry down of the scent is really about two nuances. The first nuance is this very powerful, bold, animalic, very masculine, strong vibe that I get. And it's blended and shared by this very elegant and very floral and gentle sort of vibe. And it's both of these nuances that both play well together, blend well as a yin and yang to create such an amazing and beautiful scent. If I go into more of a detail between the nuances, starting off with the strong masculine animalic nuance that I get, this is very much due to the very smoky leather and the note of the castoreum. Now, the note of the castoreum, I've smoked it in many different fragrances, most notably Beaver by Zoologist and Epic Man by Amouage both use the note of castoreum. And castoreum for me, it smells different in different fragrances, and in here, don't be put off by the note of castoreum. Castoreum is an animalic note which is derived from the animal beaver, I believe, from North America, and the note of castoreum isn't like civet as well. Is not at all like civet. Civet is a very pungent, very fecal smelling note that you can get sometimes, especially used in the fragrance called Chorus by YSL. The note of castoreum in here isn't overly pungent, isn't fecal smelling at all. It just adds a very smoky, masculine, animalic touch, gives it that real smoky, leathery sort of feel that this fragrance is really known for. For me, in the past, I really overlooked Chanel's Antaeus due to it having the note of castoreum. I really felt like, oh, this is going to smell incredibly pungent and fecal, but it's not at all. I'm really glad that I picked up this scent. It doesn't smell overly animalic at all. Now, along with that really strong animalic leathery castoreum that you get, the other nuance that you get in this scent is this very elegant, gentle, floral vibe. And the gentle floral vibe is mainly down to the jasmine and a touch of rose as well. The rose is very, very gentle, but it's more about the jasmine, which adds to the very lovely, gentle, elegant sort of vibe. The note of jasmine in here is probably one of the best jasmines I have ever smelled in any fragrance. Chanel just do the most amazing jasmine that I have ever smelled, and Chanel's Antaeus just uses the best jasmine I have ever smelled. And the jasmine and the animalic notes of the leather and the castoreum just play off each other so well, creating an absolutely amazing gem of a scent. For me, this is an absolute masterpiece. I've smelt so many expensive niche fragrances out there, fragrances that cost over £100, and for me the artistry of this scent, which has the balance between the very strong masculine sort of vibe and the balance between the gentle floral sort of vibe, that really classy elegant sort of vibe, the blend between the two, and the way it just evokes on your skin so effortlessly, it's just the joy to wear. It's an absolute masterpiece by Jacques Polge. Jacques Polge was the creator behind Antaeus. If you don't know, Jacques Polge is the in-house perfumer at Chanel. He's been behind numerous classics in the last 30 or 40 years. To give you an idea, he's been behind most of the Allure line, if not all of the Allure line. He's been behind Platinum Eagle West, Bleu de Chanel, and numerous amounts of releases from the private collection as well. He's an absolute master perfumer, and I think this is possibly his best creation. This scent is absolutely amazing. Like I've said, I've smelt numerous amounts of fragrances out there, niche fragrances costing over hundreds of pounds, and this one just blows it out of the water in terms of artistry. To give you an example, I've smelt stuff by Christy Michelle, the House of Matriarch. I was sent some samples, couple of samples, Madrona and Sex Magic, very kindly from a fellow fragrance reviewer, Peter. So Peter, if you're watching, I just want to say a massive thank you. He sent me 2 of those samples from House of Matriarch, along with numerous amounts of other samples as well. One of the samples for me is a masterpiece, a 5 out of 5 fragrance, which I'll be reviewing very soon, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. But when I did try out these House of Matriarch, Madrona and Sex Magic, I've got to be honest, I thought they were nice, but the price that they go for was just it's just not good enough in my opinion. I really was expecting amazing perfumery to absolutely blow my mind, but it really didn't. And fragrances such as Chanel's Antaeus, which can be picked up very reasonably, and it blows my mind that you can pick up a fragrance like this that is so amazingly made, so well blended, has such artistry. And the fact that you can pick up this fragrance for that price, and then there's fragrances out there from House of Matriarch which do not even come close, to this sort of scent. It just kind of puts it in perspective. Why is it costing so much to make a fragrance like that? I'm just saying, guys, if you want to try out amazing artistry in fragrances, absolute gems, then you don't need to spend too much money. I think Chanel just makes absolutely amazing fragrances, and Chanel's Antaeus is one of those absolute masterpieces of a gem. So the scent itself, as you guys know, I'm a massive fan of. I think the blend between the masculine notes and the very gentle notes just play well together so well, and it just goes along with the theme of the name Antaeus, where Antaeus being a name of a character in Greek mythology, where Antaeus is both strong and gentle. I think the fragrance plays so well to that mythology. Moving on to performance, this one was a bit strange on my skin. I was reading a lot of reviews where people were considering this to be a beast mode scent, a powerhouse of the 80s, but on my skin it was a little bit disappointing. I got around 8 hours of longevity, with the projection being quite moderate. I was really expecting this to be beast mode on my skin, but the scent was in the moderate range, so I really feel like maybe this has been reformulated in recent years. So the reformulation hasn't affected the scent itself. I think it's amazing, but it has affected the performance. 8 hours of longevity, with projection being more in the moderate range. In terms of seasons, I think this is mostly a nighttime scent, best suited to the fall and autumn and the winter. For the colder months, this one is absolutely perfect. And in terms of occasions, the scent itself, the way it smells, for me, is best used as a formal event scent. I would wear this when I'm dressed my best, in a tuxedo, in a white shirt, in a suit. For formal occasions, this one is absolutely perfect. In terms of final overall rating, I'm going to give this scent a perfect score of 5 out of 5. I think the scent, the way it's created, the way it smells, the way they both, Jacques Polge blended the gentleness and the strong notes. I think it's just absolutely amazing. It's magical in my eyes. The price point and the fact that it was released in 1981 and it still holds up to this day. If this was released today, it would still be considered an absolute masterpiece. The fact that it was released in 1981 still keeps up with today's standard of perfumery. I think it's a masterpiece, a perfect score of 5 out of 5. So there you go, guys. That was my review of Chanel's Antaeus. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, see you later.